Hello there, Scorpio. Thank you for stopping by for your tarot forecast for the week of October 13th through the 19th. I've used my Shadowscapes deck today. Let me go ahead and just get right on into this. On Monday, we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This card is just telling me that on today we are starting to feel like a couple of things actually that this card could mean, and it's going to be different for different ones of us. So first of all, for some of us, we are going to have some expenses that we were not expecting. We're going to be paying out some money that we weren't expecting to pay out. For others of us, this is much more of an emotional thing, and it feels like we're doing about a 50-50 split here. So there's going to be others of us that have an emotional thing going on where we're feeling like, you know what? I have been in this situation long enough. I have learned enough life lessons from this particular situation that I'm in right now. And I'm coming to the end of that cycle. I think I've learned enough and it's time for me to graduate, get out of this situation, and move on. So Monday, we're looking at some of you are going to be paying an unexpected bill or being faced with an unexpected bill. And then also on Monday, some others of us are going to be looking at ready to end a certain situation in our life or a certain relationship in our life. Typically, this comes up as a relationship. For some, it can be an employment situation that you want to get rid of. But it all has to do with relationship with other people, one way or another. Tuesday, we have the King of Swords in reverse. This is another one that can have a dual meaning. First of all, this can mean that we feel really ready to take some kind of action. We are really ready to move forward in a productive way. But there's some kind of blockage holding us back, and to me it feels like this is a personal blockage. This is a spiritual blockage that's keeping us back from it. Like we logically know we want to move forward, but there's something just holding us back that we aren't quite completely understanding. So that's what I'm seeing for us on Tuesday. Now the other interpretation that comes up, and for some of you, you're going to have both of this. I'm feeling like about 30 to 40% of you are going to have both of these interpretations, so listen up. The other interpretation of this is that there is somebody coming into your life today who is a King of Swords type person. This is somebody who is very logical minded. Everything that they do makes sense to them. Otherwise, they're not even going to consider doing it. However, today they're feeling a little bit overwhelmed by emotions. They're just being run by their emotions, and that's very uncomfortable for them because they're used to suppressing their emotions. So far we've got a couple of days with a couple of different meanings. We have some kind of split things going on here for different Scorpios this week. Alright, so here's what we have coming up for Wednesday. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. No split meaning on this card, guys. This is a good card, too. This is a fabulous card to have in reverse. Whenever you're looking at this card right side up, it's showing somebody actually like sending the dandelion seeds out into the universe, blowing them away. And that really is talking about sending out our wishes to the universe and asking the universe to honor those, to pay attention to them and bring those back to us. Now when it's right side up, or upside down I mean, this is really cool because we have these little seeds of light coming in that are ground level. This is those seeds returning to us, and now they're returning to us as manifest. So what we've got going on Wednesday is we have some wishes that we've sent out to the universe now coming back to us. We're starting to see just the very, very, very first manifestations of those wishes that we've sent out coming back to us. A very encouraging sign that tells us, you know, that the rest is on the way in. We've just got the very first part so far, but more is coming in. Yay! Alright, so the next thing that we have coming up is on Thursday, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Now the Ace of Pentacles in reverse can be kind of a sweet card depending on what our attitude is about it. And really what this is showing is that today we are going to be giving somebody else some kind of gift. This is going to be something that they have not earned from us, something that we just give them because we want to give it to them. So we may be writing out a check to our favorite charity, or we may be helping somebody pay for a roof on their house that maybe insurance doesn't cover a roof, or maybe we're just helping somebody pay a bill, or maybe we bought a few groceries for the neighbor next door that's been out of work for a while, or maybe we have just offered our shoulder for somebody to cry on. That's a gift too. So there's all kinds of things that could be going on here, but the bottom line is that we are giving someone something that they did not have to actually literally earn. It's something that we are giving to them out of our free will because we want to, out of a gracious heart. Now, Scorpios, who thought we had a gracious heart, right? with our big stingers. Okay, so here we go. On Friday, what we have is the Devil card, and we have the Devil card right side up. So there's a lot of different interpretations that can come out of the Devil card, but what I'm really being drawn to today has a lot to do with being in captivity to our own fears, being tormented by our own fears, those little scripts that run in our minds. And so this is a day of facing some of those fears. This is a day of just looking them in the eye. We're going to be forced to look at some of our own fears and really figure out, okay, is this really a rational fear for me to have? Should I really even be looking at this situation like I am? Or is this something that is more in my own mind, but when I look at the reality that things really are not anywhere near as bad as they are? And typically that's what happens whenever this card comes up, is we start realizing that those things that we were afraid of aren't near as bad as what we thought they were. Okay, so the next thing I have coming up is the Four of Wands. Now this is coming up for Saturday. So this is Saturday. Four of Wands is just a really, really, really nice card. Now this can mean a couple of things. If you're having relationship issues and you've broken up with somebody, a Four of Wands can be the return, the coming back together of that relationship, of those two people. The other thing that the Four of Wands typically talks about is a bigger version of family get-togethers. So this would be maybe somebody returning home from military duty. This would be a new baby coming into the house. Somebody returning from college or from overseas or from a vacation. This card is all about returns and bringing people back together, and typically it's about family. Okay, now it does sometimes apply to close friends, but typically family. So it could go either way. I'm going to say probably 80–90% of you, this is going to be about family or about relationship coming back together. Okay, so that's Saturday. And then Sunday we have the Hierophant. Hierophant. For some of you, this is marriage. For others of you, this is like First Communion. This is any kind of ritual, ancient ritual. And in a normal, well, I don't know that there's a normal, but in the traditional deck, this is pictured as the Pope. And so that talks about a lot of the old church rituals. But in this deck, the Hierophant is pictured more as a tree type guy. This would be more along the lines of like Druidish type thinking, which is a religion that's much more ancient than the Christian religion. So this could be traditions and rituals that go back further than even Catholicism. This could be rituals that have to do with full moons or new moons, or actually I don't think we have a moon going on that week at all, but there's some kind of ritual coming up. Maybe it's a ritual about growing up. Hard telling exactly, but there's some kind of ritual coming into our lives on Sunday that we are going to really enjoy. And then the other thing about rituals that a lot of people don't realize is that we create rituals for ourselves and our own families. I know when I was growing up, I grew up Catholic, and so we said our prayers every night before bed, and so we all would line up by the couch on our knees and say our prayers. We would each take turns and say our prayers out loud. And so that was a ritual. That was a family ritual. It wasn't an old ancient ritual, but it was a family ritual. And so a lot of us have our own rituals. I have a ritual personally in the morning when I wake up. I go ahead and I make my coffee. I leave the burner on high, and then I light my sage off of my red hot burner. Go ahead, smudge the house right off the bat, light some cedar, bring some healing in. That's a morning ritual for me. Now, it's not an ancient ritual. It's something I only started a couple of years ago. That's a ritual. So Sunday is going to be a day of rituals. That's the bottom line that I'm trying to get to here. So anyway, all in all, it doesn't look like too terrible of a week. We get some manifestations. We're in a good enough situation that we can offer gifts to somebody else. We come to the end of a cycle and we get to graduate on to the next cycle. We face some fears. Yay, that's always forward progress. Plus somebody's coming home. Yay. So it looks like we have a pretty decent week. I hope that all of you enjoyed this forecast and enjoy your week just as much, if not more. For those of you who would like to schedule a private reading, please check out my website, www.amista.info. Once you're there, you can find out how to schedule a private session with me after you've checked me out. Make sure that I am the best reader for you. Peace out, everybody. Have a great week.